I remember the night he cheated on me. Not with some stranger, not with a fling who meant nothing, but with my best friend, the girl I had loved like a sister, the one who stood beside me through years of struggle, holding my secrets in her hands like fine crystal. My name is Helena Montez, 35 years old, senior executive at one of the largest banks in the city, a woman people call powerful now. But who was once the girl with holes in her shoes and a head full of dreams? That betrayal happened when I was already climbing fast. My name whispered in corridors where deals worth millions were made. I thought I had a man who understood my fire, Ryan, the one I believed would be my forever. And then one rainy Thursday night, I walked into his apartment unannounced, bringing him the wine he loved, only to hear laughter through the bedroom door, a laugh I knew too well. The sting of betrayal didn't just hit my chest, it carved itself into my bones. I did not scream. I did not cry loud enough for them to hear. I stood there, looking at the two people I thought would never hurt me, and I felt cold clarity settle in. This was not going to break me. It was going to crown me. I left without a word, driven home by a fog of headlights and the scent of wet asphalt. And the very next day, I mapped out my revenge, not fueled by blind rage, but by steel-cut precision. I poured myself into my work, every report flawless, every negotiation a kill shot. My rise in the bank became unstoppable, and I quietly maneuvered to take control of the division that oversaw his company. "Effective immediately," I said with a voice that cut through the air. "Your contract has been reassigned. You will report directly to me." The humiliation seeped into his eyes, but I held no smile, only business. That was the delicious part. Not shouting, not revenge served hot, but revenge served ice cold behind the shield of professionalism. My best friend, well, ex-best friend, had drifted away after their affair went stale, showing up months later asking for a job. Swearing she had changed, I gave her an unpaid internship in a windowless office, knowing she would quit before the month was done. Justice was not always about flames and fury. Sometimes it was about positioning yourself so high above the wreckage that those who wronged you have no choice but to look up and realize their hands will never reach you again. People often ask me how I stayed calm, how I did not crumble under the weight of betrayal. The truth is, betrayal from the people you love most does not just hurt, it refines you. It forces you to decide who you really are when the floor drops out from beneath your feet. In that moment, I decided I would be untouchable, not out of arrogance, but out of survival. Every contract I signed, every dollar I turned, every deal I closed was a brick in the fortress I built for myself. And as Ryan entered my department's daily grind, now stripped of his swagger, I watched the years take away the shine he once thought could blind me. If you love Helena's journey, like and subscribe to join her next chapter. The sweetest part was knowing he never saw it coming. He had thought I would vanish after what happened, thought I would drink away my days, thought my ambition could be so easily stolen. But I had learned an important truth. When someone tries to destroy you, they are actually giving you the blueprint for your strongest self. He now sits at a desk 3 doors down, asking permission for budgets he used to spend recklessly without thought. Every time he walks into my office, he calls me Ms. Montez, like all trace of familiarity has been scrubbed clean. And I let it stay that way, because this was never about making him cry or beg. This was about making him witness, every single day, what he lost when he traded loyalty for a lie. My best friend, she lurks on social media, pressing likes on my posts, watching photos of the life she will never touch again. They threw me away thinking I would sink, but I learned to swim with gold in my pockets, and the justice I serve now comes without flames, just frost, sharp enough to burn when it touches skin. I do not forgive them, but I thank them because without their betrayal, I might not have reached this height. So I walk into every boardroom with that memory tucked quietly in my heart, not as hurt, not as bitterness, but as the reason my crown fits perfectly on my head. And every time Ryan thinks of what could have been, he knows there is no getting back what he threw away. This is Helena Montez, and I built my empire from the ashes they left me. Subscribe now and come with me to the next chapter of my rise. You will not want to miss what happens next.